here with Charlie and his Civic. Charlie, if you can, tell us a little bit about it.
It's a 95 EJ1 EX car. It's an original white car. A little history about the car. Actually, 3 years ago, my best friend passed away. This was his car. I got the car from his parents, stripped it down. Obviously, it is how it is now. It wasn't like this when I got it, but...
How was it when you got it?
Freaking turd, man.
The turd?
Awful. Yeah, it was awful. The bay was like spray painted lime green. It was awful. It was real bad. It was your typical like little Ricer Honda. I mean, but anyway, stripped it down, built it. It's a boosted V20 VTEC on 14 pounds. Makes 430. Probably right around 415, 410 to the wheel.
What kind of torque you putting out?
Honestly, I want to say it's like camera shot, I cannot remember. No, actually, I want to say it was like 230, 240, something like that.
Yeah, about 415 horsepower?
Yeah, it wasn't real impressive torque. It was like 230, 240, something like that.
Now you said it's a B20.
Yeah, it's a B20 bottom end. It's a rod and piston motor. It's got Eagle rods, King race bearings, ARP rod bolts.
What kind of heads on it?
Stock B16 heads.
Stock B16?
Yeah, B16 heads, got CTR cams in it.
CTR cam and turbo?
It's just a 50 trim, eBay turbo, done special. I had a nice kit, sold it, bought a cheap kit. It made enough power to play. If I blow a turbo, it's 150 bucks to replace it. So I mean,
what about wheels and tires and suspension?
Yeah, it's on function form type 2s. 32-way adjustable. It's on 16 by 8.5 CCWs. Plus 10 in the rear, plus 20 up front. Top bar seats, S2000 cluster, G-force harness, carbon fiber a lot. It's got APR mirrors, VIS hood, VIS trunk, password Lydian, obviously. And this was actually from a previous motor. I had a whole motor setup in it. And actually the intake ran straight to that. And honestly, it's such a pain in the ass to change it with the hood pin because you gotta adjust that pin. Yeah, I just left it in. It looks good. So the car honestly doesn't even hardly leave the garage. It doesn't get drove in the rain. It doesn't really even get drove at night. So
you ever took it down a quarter of a mile?
Never a quarter. I took it on an 8th on street tires and couldn't run a good time. I ran like an 840.
Just burn the tires
830, yeah, half track, spinning the whole way. I mean, but that was on BF Good Wrench G-Force Rivals. It was like a 20550 street radial, but it did. I mean, it was okay. It spun way too much. Yeah, I just recently actually put these wheels to it. It was more tracky. It was on set of like Cosis. Then I had it on RPF ones and kind of wanted to go more with flashy looks.
All right, well, we're here with Charlie and his badass Civic, and nice car, and we're about to take a look at his wife's car next.
This is a bone stock car. I bought it from the original owner. I paid $1,500 for it. This was 6 months ago, and it snowballed from there. I mean, once I got it, I think the same day or day after, I put Skunk 2 Pro Series on it, a set of like rotor slips, and she wanted to do a whole build because we go to a lot of shows. She was like, I want something to take to shows. So
now, are you running the same block as yours?
No, this one is actually this is a bone stock motor. It's a bone stock bottom end head. It's an LS VTEC. It's a
V18.
Yeah, V18 bottom end.
V16 head.
Yeah, with V16 head. With GSR training. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's got like a little header and stuff on it, but it's got AC and everything. So I mean, like I said, we literally just finished this car like 2 or 3 days ago. Went and had the AC charged, got the alignment and stuff. Drove down here last night. I mean, it's like 2.5 hours, but it did perfect. It didn't miss a beat. Only thing we had an issue with is the header system on 2 levels, so it's great. So I might have to replace it.
What kind of suspension and wheels you got on this one?
This one's actually still on the Skunk 2 Pro Series. The wheels are Stance Encores. They're a 15 by 8, like a plus 20, I believe. For the money, you can't beat the look. It's a real good looking wheel. And actually, the ones that are on here, we got lucky because they make these, and see how the inserts are white? Well, they make them with the inserts are like gold, the inserts are black, or they're silver. The white was like a special edition, right? They weren't out very long. And we tried to get them, and they weren't out yet. They didn't produce them yet. So we waited a little bit, went back and tried to get them. They were already discontinued, so they didn't make them long at all. and she got the last set that Stance had in their, I guess their warehouse or whatever, and so it's pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, it's, like I said, we went more for that clean, just all stock. You could daily drive it if you wanted to. Like I said, it doesn't have power steering. We did put a manual rack in it. It doesn't have, you know, power steering rack.
I haven't really been able to tell the difference.
But like I said, I mean, she cruised down here 70 miles an hour, didn't miss a beat. It's perfect.
Well,